Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about two instant downloads from the mind of David D. This is for Sharp Edged and Such a Sum. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for spending some time with me today. So today's episode is going to be a short one, really tiny, mini one, because it deals with two instant downloads, two PDFs that outlines two really short routines from David D. Okay, now these are available at Penguin Magic, and they're really simple, really straightforward to chat about, and so I figured I might as well just combine these two items into one episode for you guys, rather than kind of splitting it up into two kind of 5-minute episodes. So I've previously reviewed something else from David, something that he calls swap. Okay, so that's on my channel as well. That one was kind of like a witch hand style routine. But these two items, all right, the first one is called Sharp Edged, and the second one is called Such a Sum. Okay, so these two are different. They're not witch hand effects. Sharp Edged is in fact a card routine, all right, a card location effect. And then Such a Sum is, is a number prediction, all right? Or it can be played as a mind reading thing as well, depending on how you want to present it. But for now, let's talk about the first item, something called Sharp Edged. So Sharp Edged is a card routine, okay? And well, it's not the kind of routine that I think you would perform like live, and I'm not saying it cannot be performed live, it can be, but in terms of live performances, I think there are, other routines that I think many of us would kind of prefer to perform as opposed to this kind of routine. So what this routine is, it's a routine that deals with just 10 playing cards, okay, 10 playing cards, and the nature of it allows you to perform this over, the telephone, over a phone call, a Zoom call perhaps. So, in the days of, virtual performances, which I hope, won't return anytime soon, it will work well in those kinds of situations. Okay, so just using 10 playing cards, and of course, this can be, the spectator's own deck of cards. Just tell them to shuffle the deck, remove 10 cards at random, and off you go. Okay, so what happens is, really briefly, because I can't really describe to you the exact sequence, okay, because that's what kind of makes the trick work, right? So out of the 10 cards, the spectator, all right, the participant will choose one. Okay, they'll choose one at random, they'll think of one, they don't tell you what it is, they don't tell you anything about the cards at all, and then you take them through a procedure of some kind, okay, using the 10 cards. Okay, so they follow along, you give just verbal instructions, they deal the cards, onto the table and stuff like that. So you go through the whole procedure with them. At the end of the whole sequence, you have them like kind of read out the names of all the cards one by one. And once they're, that's done, you will be able to tell them the name of the card that they thought of initially. All right, so as you can probably guess, this is going to be a procedure-heavy kind of an effect, kind of like a, card location effect, which kind of reminded me of, the 21 card trick, right? 3 piles of 7 cards, that I'm sure many of us, learned when we first, picked up, card magic, right? These kinds of self-working card effects. So this effect, Sharp Edged, kind of reminds me of that, but it's slightly more streamlined, I suppose, so it doesn't have the longer kind of procedure that is involved with the 21 card trick, right? I mean, it's similar, but it's shorter as well, okay? And because it's, it's based on a procedure, I can't describe to you exactly what happens, but it is quite an easy procedure to remember, to keep into your mind. Yeah, and because of that, I think it will work better on a virtual platform, I think, because in person, in one-to-one kind of performances, I don't think we would kind of perform these sorts of effects. You take a spectator through a whole series of dealing and cutting and stuff, only to reveal like one playing card, right? So I think we have all got many other ways of doing it, but the nature of this sequence allows you to do it over a virtual platform. All right, so that is what Sharp Edged is about. Okay, and it's available at Penguin Magic for I think $9.95. So next up, we have something called Such a Sum. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, this is a routine that uses numbers. Okay, it's kind of like a number prediction, I suppose, or you can present it as mind reading as well. You know, it depends on how you want to play it. And it uses this participant's calculator, you know, on their mobile device, or you know, on their smartwatch as well, right? Either way it works. The math is really simple, you know, but I think it's much tidier, you know, and easier on the participant if you just have them use their calculator. Okay, so here's what happens in the routine. You have them think of any number between 1 and 10. Okay, have them punch that into their calculator. Have them add now any number between 10 and 20. Okay, so they arrive at a new sum, and then have them add one last number between 20 and 30. Okay, so these 3 digits, they don't tell you what these numbers are. They can key them into their calculator in private. Your head can be turned away the entire time. They will arrive at a total. Okay, now from here, there are some bits of math that you will have them do again. All right, now it's just simple math. Okay, it's just another 2 steps, all right, that you need to have them do to this new total. And from here, they will arrive at a new total, right? And it is this total that you will be able to reveal. Okay, even though it seems quite random, right? It's a random number between 1 and 10, 10 and 20, you know, 20 and 30, they add it up, they change the number somehow using 2 more functions, and you can still tell them the number. So to ascertain this number and to do your reveal, right, of this number to your participant, you will have to ask at least 1 more question, or at most 2 questions. Okay, you're fishing basically. Okay, so it's really simple. You know, it's really simple to remember how to go about these questions. Really basic kind of fishing technique, and you will be able to tell them the number. Okay, so I think it is safe to say as well that this uses multiple outs. Okay, which is why I mentioned that instead of presenting it as a mind reading thing, you can also present it as a prediction effect. Okay, so if you've got numbers, you know, in you know, billets, you know, and you have them indexed somehow, all right, you can at the end, once you know the number, produce, you know, a billet with that number, you know, boldly written on the piece of paper, right? So you can also present it that way. But yeah, that is Such a Sum. Okay, it's a math kind of a trick, right? And a really simple one. And again, it is one that I think, you know, will work, you know, over a virtual platform as well. And of course, Such a Sum is also available at Penguin Magic for $9.95. So there we go. Those are the 2 items that I just wanted to tell you guys about, you know, from David D, Sharp Edged as well as Such a Sum. I do realize that it's a bit, you know, out of, well, trend, I suppose, to be discussing effects that, you know, can be performed on a virtual platform at this point in time. But these are, well, I suppose, pieces of knowledge, you know, and even if I don't, you know, see myself using certain ideas, right, on my journey as a magician, as a mentalist, it's always nice to read and learn new things, I suppose, you know, just to keep it in your mind and have that bit of extra knowledge. Alright, but that's all for today's episode, guys. You know, a really short, simple one, you know, straightforward items to tell you guys about. And I just want to thank David D for really kindly sending me these 2 items for me to have a look at and chat about with you guys on this show. They are again available on Penguin Magic. So if you'd like to have a look at them, do drop by Penguin Magic's website. And that's all for today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it as well. Till the next one, do stay safe, take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic and your mentalism, and I'll see you on the next episode.